I'm breathing underwater, I'm weightless through space. I'm soaring like an eagle all over this place. Creatures most will never see are waiting there to look at me, and all I gotta do is breathe underwater. Captain Crane is in the flying sub testing some upgraded systems. So far, everything's working properly.
Before proceeding, this should be noted. In quadrant X35, north by northeast, one of our space satellites seems to be out of orbit. We'll attempt to track while continuing guidance control system checks.
With the possible exception of his eyes. As far as I know, none of our satellites look like a 50s flying saucer, but he's privy to a lot more classified stuff than I am.
Seaview to flying sub. Seaview to flying sub. Come in, come in.
Flying sub, over.
Lee, we're in trouble here. Seaview's in danger.
What kind of danger, Admiral?
Listen to me. The only hope is for you to get aboard and stop them before they can...
Admiral.
When he returns to the Seaview and exits the flying sub, what he encounters is worse than he could have imagined. Nobody's driving the boat, and it is in motion. In fact, it's running at flank speed.
Who's there? Who's up there?
Whoever it is, it sounds like their balloon popped. Suddenly, the blast doors are closing themselves, and the flying sub hatch is closing and locking itself. That just leaves the stairs. Or not. If you've ever played a video game, you understand about invisible walls. Whoever's running this operation wants him to stay right there. Never mind. He can look at stuff, but he can't change anything. Something else is controlling all the systems on the ship, and he's locked out. Somebody has to be doing this. It's just a matter of finding out who. We can worry about how later.
Mr. Morton, prepare to get underway.
Aye, sir. Engineering, maneuvering. Make all preparations to get underway.
Engineering, aye.
Maneuvering, aye.
Now he's starting to wonder if he's losing it.
Where are you? I know you're here. I hear your voices. Why can't I see you?
Because they're dead, Captain.
Where are you? Who's there?
That was real enough. Who is this guy?
Who are you? Talk before I kill you.
Bentley, Jim Bentley.
That's only a name. It doesn't tell me what I want to know.
I'm a UFO expert from the Pentagon.
You're lying.
No, it's the truth. It is.
A UFO expert. Or if we go with Captain Crane's theory, he's a misbehaving satellite expert.
Why would they want an expert in unidentified flying objects aboard the Seaview?
Because a UFO was sighted in this area. Wanted me to work with Admiral Nelson to identify it, contact it.
None of that tells me what's going on here. Now, why did you say they were dead? Why did you kill me? Why did you try to kill
Give me a break, will you?
All right, don't tell me! Come on!
I did not know David Hedison could do the crazy eye so effectively. He saw the UFO, so it makes sense that Command would fly an expert out here to investigate.
All right. When I first got aboard, everything was fine. And the UFO was sighted, and there was a call to General Quarters. And there was a flash of light, and a voice, a big, booming voice.
All right, what about that voice?
He said we were all gonna die, that there was no hope for any of us. And then
No, not the stairs. There's a force field.
And he's gone. All over the sub, hatch wheels are turning by themselves and there's never anybody there. In the missile room, the escape hatch is doing the same thing. Yes, he's dead. Ain't gonna find any answers there. Did he die from the gunshot wound? It would seem that we don't need to know that. It's Patterson. Why is he wearing a wetsuit and using a spear gun? Because he was out gathering his lunch when all this happened.
I was in the store's locker, sir. And that was right after we took that UFO expert aboard. Anyway, there was an explosion.
Where?
I don't know, sir. I only felt it in there. And I came out to look around. And there was nobody aboard Seaview.
Then the boat started driving on its own, the voices happened, and all the rest. Just like the captain's experience.
I don't know what's happening, sir. I only know.
Control the missile room. Control the missile room.
There. It's starting again.
Missile room I.
Estimated arrival time, target exit 0100 hours. Prepare missiles 1 and 2.
That's the way it was, sir. All over the ship.
Hold it.
Prepare missiles 1 and 2 for firing at 0100 hours. Aye, sir.
They don't know the target yet, but any use of those missiles is a bad idea. Assuming these firing sequences are really happening, they have to stop them.
Get to the circuitry room. I want you to destroy all the wiring leading to the firing control panels. I'll try to sabotage things from here, then join you.
There are many ways to get screen time for the circuitry room. I guess that isn't one of them.
Don't bother, he's dead.
You killed Patterson.
Yes,
Why?
for the same reason I'm going to kill you.
That doesn't explain it. Another burst and he assumes he got him. Which he did, just not in a lethal spot. That does make a difference.
Now hear this? This is the Admiral. We're about to enter into a state of war. To the Seaview has been given the signal honor of firing the first and what will undoubtedly be the final shots in this armed conflict. Our missile countdown has already begun. Our prime target has been zeroed in. It will be Washington, D.C.
Washington.
You'll be part of the most historic moment in the long history of this planet.
He's seeing shadows everywhere, but nobody's casting them, and at least one of them tried to shoot him. He takes refuge in a storage room. There's no hurry, Captain. Who knows how many years it'll take those guys to pound their way in instead of turning the wheel and opening the door. Somebody somewhere turns a handle and a steam fitting in the room bursts. As quick as he's gotten a couple of boxes stacked against the door, he has to move them again. He puts a jug of some flammable cleaning compound by them. Secondary explosions can be nasty, such as the one that just happened in his head.
Gentlemen, these proceedings have been called because of certain dangerous activities engaged against the Seaview by our enemies. The fifth column is obviously operating here. Now, in order to find out more about it, I decided to cancel the order to kill on sight so that we might be able to interrogate the prisoner before execution.
Morton reads a list of charges, all related to trying to stop the missile launch. They call that treason against his ship, which is currently in a state of war with the United States. Congress, see what happens when you don't renew the budget to Admiral Nelson's satisfaction. They declare him guilty and sentence him to death, when and how to be sorted out later. For now, he can stay in the brig. None of these guys have ever learned about that stare trick. I think it's happened to everybody at least once. Kowalski, however, has a soft head, so he's out cold. Crane gets his hands free, grabs the gun, doesn't tie Kowalski up, no, I don't know why, and heads for the circuitry room. Hey, we have to get it on screen somehow. I can't help wondering how someone could completely rewire all that while Crane was out in the flying sub.
What else did you expect, Captain? Don't. It's the first intelligent move you've made since you came aboard. Coming here wasn't very logical. Did you really expect us to leave our weapons circuitry open and undefended?
Well, yeah, that's the way you built it.
Captain, it's no use. You can't escape.
He should have gotten out instead.
Admiral, we're approaching firing coordinates. What's wrong in the circuitry room? Please report.
I'm sorry, Captain. There's a war for me to fight. Our little game is over.
Okay, that's better than getting out. I'll give him that. So, domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. He has a world to save.
All firing controls activated. All instrumentation green.
Activate failsafe.
Aye, sir. Failsafe activated.
How did it do that? The system requires 4 separate keys in 4 separate parts of the ship. And Captain Crane is wearing one of the keys.
Can't be activated. Only the president can activate.
Not only the president, I guess. There's at least one other person somewhere.
Bentley.
That's right, Captain. Jim Bentley.
No. Bentley's dead.
Hardly. It takes something as powerful as this disintegrator to kill one of us.
One of you. You're an alien. You came down in that UFO that was sighted just before all this began. You're responsible for everything that's happened.
And for all that's going to happen.
Now please explain what we ever did to you.
Why, the senseless destruction.
You failed your test.
Test?
Of human response to galactic stimuli. To see how well you Earthlings might resist invasion. You did well, Captain. Very well. For a moment, we thought you might defeat us.
My usual question, who appointed you to test us about anything? The arrogant alien is alive and well in Irwin Allen's world.
How can you talk of tests? Of galactic stimuli?
25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20.
Listen to him, will you? Will you listen? You're gonna blow the world apart! Now stop it!
Paul Manty appeared with last week's guest Victor London in Robinson Crusoe on Mars, probably his best known role. We've seen him in small parts in Batman and the Time Tunnel. He moved away from acting in the 1980s and became a successful writer until his death in 2013. It's too bad he didn't get more recognition for this role. It's not that big, but it's a key character, and those expressions could haunt your imagination. The missiles fire, and the self-destruct isn't working, of course. This is really happening. If they actually hit, I think it's time for Captain Crane to play a game of if you can't beat 'em, join 'em.
Face it. Your race is neither psychologically nor physically mature enough to take a place in the universe. It's just as well you come to an end now.
Again, who gave you the authority to decide that? Whose big whoop-de-doo are you?
No, I won't accept that. There's another way to close the circuits and destroy those missiles.
You can't do that, Captain. You'll kill yourself.
By the way, your planet will be charged for the cost of those missiles. We can't have him hanging around long enough for people to notice that that's another reused and repurposed mask. Irwin doesn't think we know how cheap he is.
There's your answer, Lee. All the voices were on tape, and auto servo mechanisms tied in provided the weird physical phenomena.
Who installed those servos, how and when, and why did nobody notice them mounting these things literally all over the ship?
A guinea pig for the aliens. I'd have been much happier if it hadn't happened to me.
No. The alien force did override failsafe. Missiles actually were fired. Now, someone else might not have been able to abort them as you did.
Wait, remember how he did it? You're saying they thought Captain Crane was the only one on the boat with shoulders?
But there has to be more to it than this. I was wounded. You turned into robot wiring. Patterson died. No one was aboard.
It was a complete delusion. From the moment that Bentley hit you with that force field on the stairs, your mind was conditioned to all that. The rest of us were being held prisoners down below.
I don't know who decided that science fiction means aliens, but I, for one, am tired of them. What happened to the Cold War intrigue, the secret weapons, the experiments gone haywire, the good stuff? Lately, we've been getting ghosts and hostile aliens. May we please do something different next week? That's better. Fluffy looks nice with bleached fur.
All I gotta do is breathe underwater. Breathe underwater. Breathe underwater.
Then the boat's he puts a jug of some flammable cleaning compound